It is time to start trading. It is 3:30 East Coast time in beautiful Daytona Beach, Florida, and we are looking live. We are having a great trading day. It is a huge down day today, a huge down day, and that's okay. Why am I smiling? Because I love down days. Today I'm going to show you why down days are great. We're going to do some live trading. We're going to have some fun. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to make some money. I'm going to show you where we are in our $1 million account, where we're going to do around 150 to 200 trades today. I'm going to show you where we are in our $30,000 account, where we do 6 trades every single day. I'm going to show you where we are since we started on October 1st and how we did exactly today. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you that we do this show every single day at 3:30, and we also do a show now. We're going to change the time to 6:30 on Sunday nights. 3:30, what we're going to do is live trading. We'll tell you where we are and all that kind of stuff. And then on Sunday nights, we're going to give you our, no one on the internet does this, okay? We're going to give you our trades absolutely free on Sunday nights. So you will know all 6 trades every single day to put on in a $30,000 account. You can follow along with us. This is not trading advice. It's not financial advice. This is for entertainment only. Our lawyers want to tell you. But if you want to see what we're doing, that's exactly what we're doing. And then for the 150 to 200 trades we put on in the $1 million accounts, we'll show you the $1 million account, live trading, real money, but we're only going to give you about 20 of those trades. We got to keep something for ourselves, okay? That's at 6:30. Now, this channel is all about helping you become the best trader possible. We do that by sharing the best tips and tools to improve your portfolio. Maria, Tyler, my 30-year-old son, and I, we share decades of experience. We show you how to develop a trading plan, and we teach you how to execute that plan using the best tools available. The way we set this up is that we use AI to help us formulate our trades. We use Vera, our AI assistant. We use bots to place all the SPX 0 DTE trades that we do, but we trade manually all the other trades. And then we do manual millions of back tests every single week. Now, I talked to a senior trader. If I told you his name, you'd know who it is. And he told me, he said, Rob, I was watching your show the other day. You backtest in 1 week more trades than I made in my entire lifetime. And I said, yeah, and think about this. AI remembers every single one. Every single one. Think about, the hair on my arm just went up. Think about that. We not only do a lifetime every single week of trades, more than that. Millions of trades, right? We backtest them and we remember every single one. So when someone says, well, how can you say that math gives you an advantage? I say math gives you an advantage because I have experience. Would you like to talk to 1,000 traders and ask them about 30 years of experience and ask them to help guide you through what's going on in this particular market? Of course you would. We have access to that through all the recent tools that have been developed. We're using Options Omega for back testing, using them for bots, and then using ChatGPT for the AI. It's all there. Now, what I trade is mostly 0 DTEs, SPX. I also trade Crazy Ivans, and I'll tell you a little bit about those later. Maria does earning trades. She does Crazy Ivans. She does the wheel trade. And Tyler does day trading. He's scalping the Qs, the NQs. He does wheels, and he does other types of earning plays as well. Before I get into where we are, actually, let's just take a quick look. Everybody likes to see, Rob, where are you? They all love it when Rob has a down day. So let's take a quick look and see where we are today, okay? So here you can see we are up $326,000 from October 1st. Not too shabby. If you look at this chart, everybody says, oh, look at the chart. It's great, it's great, it's great. Now, people are screaming about these down days, right? This is the 3rd down day in a row. People are screaming, the world is falling, Chicken Little, whatever. And when you look at it, it's nothing. We're going to look back on this and say, well, that was nothing. It was nothing. But you got to think of it in terms, look, we're not here to win one day. We're not here to win one time. We're here to win for a long time, okay? It doesn't matter how Derek Jeter does when he's at bat today. What matters is, do the Yankees win the World Series? That's what's important. So let's think about this in terms of our portfolio over a long period. What happens today, week, month? I don't care. Quarter, maybe, right? And I'm looking in the chat room. I'm seeing Mario in there. I'm seeing Mega in there. I'm seeing Maria, RES. I can guess who that is. And I see Porsche guy in there as well. Good for you. Let's take a look now at how the $30,000 account, right, the 6 trades a day is done. That one's up $10,000 in 4 months. $10,000 in 4 months? Are you kidding me? That's 100% rate of return. If it kept going like that, we'd make 3 times $10,000, that's 30 grand on a $30,000 account. Hello, I'll take that every time. Are they panicking? But look at them. Everybody's panicking about the down days. You guys, you got to think in terms of the long run, right? Where are we today? Oh, they love it when it's down, right? They love it when Rob's down. All right, now you take the green, you subtract the red. Here we are. We're down $500 for the small account. That's a lot. Granted, that's a lot. Game's not over yet, but that's where we are. And the big account, oh, they love it when we're down, right? They love it when we're down. We were down 30,000 earlier today. And I don't know. I went to public school, so I'm not sure of the math here. But somebody do the math for me. I'm going to say it's like 15,000. Maybe we were down 30. And maybe it'll go back up to 30. Maybe it'll go under 15. Who knows? We'll find out. We're going to do some live trading in just a second. Before we do, though, I want to get your full attention. And by the way, we're going to go over to Tasty Trade. We're going to look at this is my personal account. We're going to look at some crazy Ivans that I put on here today and ones that we put on yesterday. And we're also going to look at an earnings play and see how that one's going and talk about rolling things down and out. But before we do that, it's really important that I talk to you about a big down day. Today is a big down day. And I want to start right here because this is the day that actually matters. Look, anybody can sound smart on green days. Anybody can explain charts when everything is working. But down days are the days that tell you whether you really have a plan or whether you're just riding momentum and hoping. And I want to be very clear about this up front. Down days are not mistakes. Down days are not failures. They are part of the job. I remember early on, before we had real structure, a down day, it felt like an emergency. I sat there staring at the screen thinking, what did I miss? What news didn't I see? Who knows something I don't? Maybe you felt the same way. And what I eventually learned was nobody knows anything, okay? They don't know, they can't know, and they'll never know. If they knew, they wouldn't tell us. They would just invest their money and have all the money. When you see people on TV telling you how to invest your money, when you see these gurus, it pisses me off so much to see these people on YouTube telling you what to do. Yeah, me too, by the way. But, they don't follow the math. I follow the math. And I'm not telling you what to do. It's the math is what's telling you. And by the way, not financial advice, but the math tells us what to do. When it's down, the market is just doing what the markets do. But psychologically, I needed a reason. And when you need a reason, you start inventing one. That's when you start adjusting things midday. Oh, maybe it's because of this report or that reporter. Maybe it's because all the people are doing the MEX and, we better keep this secret or whatever. That's when you start changing sides. That's when you convince yourself you're being responsive when really you're just being emotional. A down day is not the market attacking you, okay? A down day is the market reminding you what you signed up for. You sell premium. I sell premium. If you trade systematically, you are renting risk. Remember that, you're renting risk. And most days, the rent is really cheap. But every once in a while, the landlord knocks on the door, and that's not unfair. That's the agreement we have. And the traders who struggle are the ones who forget that agreement exists. Now look, I still remember the first time I thought, maybe I should just shut this off for today. It's halfway through the day and I'm down. Maybe I should turn it off. Nothing had technically gone wrong. No rules were broken. No stops were hit incorrectly. I was just uncomfortable. I was shaking in my boots. And that's when I realized something really, really important. And I want you to think about this. Discomfort is not a signal. Let me say it again. Discomfort is not a signal. Discomfort is just your brain reacting to uncertainty. If you treat discomfort like information, you will make a very, very set of expensive decisions. Most accounts are not destroyed by a single bad day. They're destroyed by the decision that follows it. Doubling size to get back, stupid, okay? Changing rules to avoid feeling it again. I don't want to feel down days. Now, again, not a good idea. Turning off a system at exactly the wrong moment. I'm on a downsize. No, that's a bad idea because you want to be sure that your losses are at the same size as your gains. You want them to balance out. And the only way to do that is consistency. So it's not risk management to do all these things. That's pain avoidance. And the market is very good at punishing pain avoidance. Let me repeat that. People that try to avoid pain, traders that try to avoid pain are going to get punished, and they're going to get punished severely, okay? I want you to remember something about the market. The market pays it takes money away from the inpatient and it gives it to the patient people. It takes it from the inpatient and it gives it to the patient people. And every single day you get to decide which one you're going to be. Are you going to be impatient? Or are you going to be patient? Patient people win. One of the hardest skills I ever had to learn, it wasn't entries, it wasn't exits, it was learning how to sit still. It's hard to believe the way I move around, but sitting still is the greatest skill I ever learned. To look at a red screen and say, oh, I don't like this, but nothing. You know, when you're in the foxhole and the bullets are flying, it's hard not to get out, right? But you want to close at the top and you want to stay open at the bottom. Look, that's not passive investment. That's professional. And good trading days isn't always green. Sometimes a good trading day is one where you didn't make it worse. And today is one of those days. Ask any trader what their best day ever was, and they'll hesitate. You ask me what my best trading day was, I probably couldn't tell you. But you ask them what my worst day was, I'll tell you the top 10. I'll tell you where I was sitting. I will tell you exactly what screen I was looking at. I'll tell you what the weather was. I'll tell you how my body felt. I'll tell you what I was wearing, my quote-unquote unlucky shirt, right? And here's the thing most people don't realize. That day didn't define my trading. What defined it is what I did after that day. I want you to think of down days as tuition. You're paying to stay in the game, okay? And the goal is not to avoid tuition. That's not the goal at all. The goal is to make sure it's affordable financially and emotionally. If the tuition is so high that you make panic, then your sizing is wrong. That's not a moral failure. That's just math, okay? So here's the only question that matters today, and one I want you to think about. Can I sit through today without changing my rules? If the answer is yes, you're doing your job. If the answer is no, that doesn't make you weak. It means your position size is bigger than your temperament, and that's fixable. It's really easy to fix. What's not fixable is pretending you have risk tolerance that you don't have. That is why risk tolerance absolutely matters. Not on green days, but on days like today. If we don't get to it today, we'll talk about it tomorrow, because risk tolerance isn't what you say you can handle. It's about what you actually sit through without breaking discipline. And we'll talk about that. If we have enough time today, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, we'll get to it tomorrow. Okay, that's my opening riff. Now everybody wants to see how's Rob doing today and how are we doing today. Are we down? We're down, what, 11, 12, only 12 grand. Hey, that's great. I'm the happiest guy ever, down 12 grand, right? Let's take a look at the trading screen. I want you to see what we did here. Earlier today, we were putting on a bunch of these crazy Ivans. For those of you that don't know, let's take a look at these crazy Ivans. Let's see, what did I do today? So here I started selling them at 11 o'clock. We were down a couple hundred. I sold them at 220. I sold them again at 230. I said, you want to take 230? How about this? I'm so crazy. Will you take them at 240? They paid me 240. They said, you pay me 240. How about 255, you crazy fools? 255, they took it. I couldn't believe it. I said 255, hold my beer. How about 265.50? They took that. Are you nuts? How about this? How about 280? They took it. They took it. Can you believe it? They took it. Look at this. 220, 230, 240, 255, 265, 280. Are you crazy? I tell you what I said? Okay, who's cuckoo now? How about 320? Hey, even they said that's nuts. That's crazy. That's crazy. They want to go up that high. So those are the crazy Ivans for today. Now, look, here's where we are with these crazy Ivans. They made $3,600. Great. I'm not worried about that. These that we put on yesterday, we lost 8 grand so far today. But look how far out of the money thing. This thing's trading at 25.3. These are at 23,000. We got 2,300 in protection. Remember, we're going to cover these with a long put. If it gets down to 23.5, I like within 250. Maria likes within 500 points of them. Here's some others. We lost a bunch on these, but remember, we're going to get out 25%. Still, look at these numbers. We got 1,500 of protection, plenty of protection. It can go down 500 tomorrow, 500 again, 500 again, and we're still okay, all right? So I'm not worried about that. What's our time check? Give me a time check on this. At 13:51, we're going to have some SPX coming on. Let's take a look at the SPX. Everybody likes to take a look at that. And let's go back to Options Omega real quick here and see where we are. So here's where the big account is. Look, oh, shoot, we're only down 11 grand. Hello. Even I can do that math. Look at that. And if you don't know, what you do is you're going to take I don't know if you can see it in here, but you're going to take the green and subtract out the red. So that's what you're going to do there. And so let's take a look here at I'm going to take a look at this, the chat room here. Hello, Mario and Maria, Megan, Porsche, Ticker Watch, Brad is in there, and Ace Ventura is in there. Hello to everybody. Anyone else getting stream freezing every once in a while? Yeah, this is the old network we're on, and I apologize for that. It is still not ideal. The network guy is coming over. We get a brand new stream. They put it on yesterday, and it just stunk to high heaven. So hopefully we've got a new one coming, and it should be better. Let me know if you have any problems, but it should be coming in pretty good right now. All right, so here's the small account. Again, you take the green, you subtract out the red, and that's where we are in that one. So we're down, what, $400 or something. And let's see where we are in this one. So here we're down $11,000, remember? But remember, this is where we are. We're just in a little hump. You know, we were up here. We were up at all times high. We came down. Don't panic. You know, we're going to end up being right around here probably at the end of the day. I can live with that. Heck, I could live with being down here, right? I mean, we're up. If we lost another 100 grand from here, right, we'd still be up 220 grand times 3 is 660 grand. That's 65% rate of return. I would be thrilled with that. Absolutely thrilled with that. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Tasty Trading screen here. And let's take a look where we are with these SPX, just so you get a look at it. What is the time check on this? 3:47. We've got a few minutes to go. So here's where we are. You can see that we got a bunch of puts that are still hanging around, and we got some calls that are still hanging around. We want all the, let's see, like highlight this, you can see my mouse. We want all these to go to zero. That's the game. We want all these to go down to zero, and we've been punched out of a lot of them. So I got it. Somebody keeps bugging me on my text. I should turn my phone off, I guess. So someone's telling me that my picture's too big and I need to make it smaller so you can see more of the chart. But that's the chart. That is the chart. So, oh, someone wanted to see the chart. I got you. I understand what you're saying now. Yep. So here's the chart. So let's go back to option. Let's go back to the trades here. Tasty trade. Good. All right. So now we're going to go back here, and you can see that these are coming down towards zero. We like seeing this at 50 cents. I'm guessing we sold these all for $2 or $3. And, you know, you know what? This picture is too big. I see what she's saying. Look at that. Making me smaller, no problem at all. You know what? I want to put myself up here so I'm out of the way. And we're only, look at this, we're only down $371. We were down 600 as I recall. So, all right, so let's get back to this. Boom. So here we are, time check. We're at 348. We're going to be putting on trades at 1351. So get ready to go with that. Any questions in the chat room that I can answer? Has Rob back to the air and fly? That is that's very funny. Somebody, I think there was a AI was trying to scam people in the Discord. By the way, we have a Discord. If you don't know where it is, take a look at there's a link in the bottom of this or every one of our videos. But you could tell it was AI because it said it was the Aaron fly, AARON, not the iron fly. And it was just a joke. So, all right. So, let's get on to this now. Let's make some money, right? I don't use charts. I don't use VWAP or RSI or PWAP, or I don't care about earnings. I don't care about Trump. FMOC, I care about, okay? FMOC, because you talk about those days where you lose, that was the day. That was the day. I don't even know if Maria knows how much money I lost that day. It was a big six-figure bad day. It happens. You know, what are you going to do? So you're going to learn. That was the day I was not trading with stop losses. That was before I was following the math. And that day will never, ever happen again. I got my little fingers burnt pretty good, and that's not going to happen again. But like I said, you ask somebody about their best day, they probably won't remember. Their worst day, oh, yeah, they'll remember. I certainly remember my top 10 for sure. Okay, Do I use a 90% or 100% stop loss on? Okay, first of all, we give out all the trades Sunday at 6:30. We give you all the stop losses. We tell you the times, the premiums, the stop losses, and the wing widths. We also do profit targets, but they're all at 100% right now. We don't use profit targets. Although my CPA, who now has started trading following us, he does put on profit targets, but he knows the math does not recognize that. Why are there no positions open in the money? Well, because right now we've been using math, and the math has been able to get us to the right spot. However, there have been a lot of them that went in the money, and all of those got punched out for today, right? So we've had a lot of stop. Look, we've had 72 trades go bad, and you can go down here and you can see all the trades that went bad. So, you can stop that and see if you can read it as fast as I can scroll it. But now we're down $11,000, but that's why there aren't any in the money, right? And so if you take a look at our 6:30 Sunday night, you're going to see, oh, here they come. Here they come. All right. Let's find out where these are. Let's find out where they are. We'll get them on the board. Let's find out. We don't care about the working. We just want to know what the fill. Try and do this manually, okay? Try and put on all these trades. You heard the time. You heard the sounds. They put on 4 of them at $1.05. 2 of them at $2.50. 3 of them at $2.50. 5 of them at $2.50. 3 of them at, we got to fill at $2.63. 68.95 is the number. That's what we're looking for. We want, what are they? These are all puts. So we want to stay above 68.95. That's the game today. We want to stay above 68.95, which is right there, right? Okay, so now we're going to pop this up so we can get a little better view. What's this? Okay, we just got closed out on a put. One of them just got punched out. You were talking about which ones how they get punched out because they're not in the money. I'm guessing look at these. They're right here at 360. These bad boys are in the money. We want this to go up, not down. It's trading at 68.93, as you can see. Let's go back to the chart where it's easier to see it. We need this to go up. That's what we need. We need this bad boy to go up, and it is not cooperating. Oh, no, they were getting punched out on a couple more. There we're getting punched out on a couple more. Now, the thing here is we have multiple stop losses. Some are 95%, some are 150%, some are 200%. I think we have some that are 265% this week. I'm not 100% sure, but it will vary week to week depending on what the best math is. We back test millions of trades every single week. We go back 6 months because that is the most relevant. Our forward testing, that is when we compare our back test to our actual results, it's a plus 90%. So 90% accuracy. If you think about it, you take millions of trades that you look at, and then you run them through AI, and you get the top 200 trades, let's say, okay? Then I'm going to limit it down myself to the top 150 or so trades. And then I'm going to run it back through AI looking for risk tolerance, because if you have a $10 million account and I have a $1 million account and we're both investing $1 million, I don't have much risk tolerance. That's all my money, right? For you, you can lose $1 million. You don't care because you've got another $9 million sitting in the bank. So the risk tolerance is something you have to consider. And the smaller accounts have less risk tolerance, right? So come on, get up over there. Get up over there, you son. By the way, don't ever be emotional like me. Do as I say, not as I do. You should be sitting back saying, I don't even watch. You shouldn't care about one particular day, and you should certainly not care about 9 minutes, right? But I got to tell you, I'm not a robot. I love it. I absolutely love it. Get up, you son of a gun, you dirty dog. I got to get this horse in the barn, and the barn is upstairs today. So let's get this thing going. So we take these millions of back tests, right? We find the top 200. We run them back looking for risk tolerance, and then I'm going to put them on with the bots on options, Omega. But you think about, it's just intuitively makes sense. If you say, okay, you've got millions of combinations there's 390 trading minutes in a day, right? You've got, say, 10 different premiums that you're going to load for $1.50 there. We're losing one on the put side. Look at this thing going down. So we're getting punched out here on some of these. I'm looking at it where it looks like we're down $25,000, maybe $15,000, something like that. I'll show you guys. You can figure it out. So you're gonna say, okay, of these top 200, are these going to be the top 200 next week? Probably not. No, but are they going to be in the top 150 or 500? Probably. It's probable. It's not guaranteed. Anything is possible, as we used to say when I tried cases. They say, is that possible? We say, well, anything is possible, but is it probable? Is it possible that it's going to be cold in Anchorage, that warm in Anchorage, Alaska on Christmas Day? It's possible. Is it going to be 100 degrees? It's possible. Is it probable? No, it's not probable. Look at this disaster. Look at this mess. It doesn't look like it's going to be good for the home team today on these last-minute trades. And I think we have like $3,000, $3,600 worth of trades here. I would not be surprised if we lost every single one of them. We're down 17,000. I'm looking in round numbers. I think we're down 17,000. It doesn't look good. But the idea is the math takes a look at all these trades, and it says, well, through thick or thin, through rain or shine, these are the top 200 trades. And so, or the top 100, whatever the number is, the top 6, whatever. And if you put these on enough times, it's highly probable that you're going to be successful. Now, the amount of success may not be as much as it is this week. You would never expect that those 150 winners to be the exact same 150 winners in the exact same order from week to week. That would not be probable. But look at this mess. It's heading down, down, down. Doesn't look good for us today, but that's fine. It is what it is. I'm looking still at down 17, maybe 18,000 here. I'll give you a little peek. It'll drive up the views for sure today because everybody loves it when we lose. I don't know why, but I think they think because I got a little Barnum and Bailey in me. But the idea is that if you're using the math, you're more likely than not, and there's another one getting punched out. So you're talking about ones that are in the money, right? You can see these things are in the money. What we got? Oh, hey, how about that? We still got 4 left. How about that? Well, there's $200 each. We might pick up $800 here. You never know. If the thing would just come up a little bit, as long as it stays above 68.80, that's our number. That's our new number here. What's that? What do I have in the chart? Do I have 68.80? 68.80. Let's see here. 68.96. I need it above 68.80. 68.80 is right here. So this number has changed. Let's make a new number down here. Boom. Boom. So 68, all these got punched out, okay? All these, this $3,000 worth that we put on at 15.51, they all lost. How much time we got left? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. It's only 3:57. Is that right? Oh, there's a little green finally. But all these got punched out. We want these to stay in. So let's take a look. And I should go back and say, still got a few minutes. Yeah. 69% stop loss is statistically the best. I'm not sure that's 100% true. Roll the Bones Finance 4977. That's pretty funny. Hello, TTS. Good to see you here. And Ben's in the house. We still do have a few minutes to go. Let's see if we can't get. Look at this. Look at this. I bet you this is going up. What do you want to bet? It is really close. It is really, really close. What's the time check? 3:50, so coming up on 3:50. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys see the clock behind me? So Maria somehow was able to get that clock and then set it like on atomic time or whatever that means. But it works. It's incredible. And it's right to the second with Tasty. So I got to tell you, I am very impressed with it. So, okay, we got to stay above this number. They're looking good right now. Let's take a look-see. So, look at this, down to 80. We want to get this down to 0. See, all the calls are paying off. All these puts are paying off. So really, this is what it's come down to, this one number right here. And I am looking at, what are we looking at? About 18 grand down, I'm saying, for today. Around 18 bones, somewhere in that neighborhood. And we're watching this. It's down to 40 cents, 50 cents. All right, what is the time on this bad boy there? It's coming up. We like that. It is... Come on, 66 seconds to go, 65. Come on, man. We need this. Everybody can see the clock. That's great. We still got a few minutes. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. It would have been nice to have these come in. This would have been, look at that. I clicked it again. But these are the ones. This is the number we want to watch. The other problem is this can drop in the last minute. This is not over yet. So, and these are all cash settled, so you don't have to buy anything if it closes in the money. You're not obligated to buy anything. They'll just take money out of your account depending on how much in the money you are. So if, let's say this would drop down $1 below, they would take out $100 for each one that I have. Oh, no. 30 seconds to go. No. Stop. That's my front gate ringing on my phone. I hope Maria gets that. Come on, man. Come on. Up. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to have to take this now. There you go, Spectrum. How about that? He finally showed up. He's got a lot of guts to show up right here at the end. And here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up there. Yes. Yeah. All right. I'm the happiest guy ever. How much did I lose here today? 18,500. What did we lose? 18,500? Somebody tell me. 17,000. Would somebody do the math, please? Oh, $30,000 account. Good question. Here we go. Here's a $30,000 account. Somebody do the math for me here. Is that about $500, $400, something like that? Somebody in the chat room do the math for me, will you? Here's the small account. Here's the big account. Here's the small account. Here's the big account. Here's the account I care about. Here's the account everybody else cares about. Everybody cares about. I care about this one too. Actually, I care about this one probably more than the big one. So here's where we are on the big account, and here's where we are on the small account. Who's doing the math here? Somebody do the math for me, please. I need some math. Tomorrow we'll talk about risk tolerance, okay? We might have a special guest from out of town coming to visit us. That's what the room around the campfire is. So if you want to see more Tyler talking about his scalping, and he'll talk to you about cars if you want. He's a big car guy, but he scalps the Qs. He's got water, cold ice water running through his veins. It's not for the timid, but he does very well on it. And if you want to see more Maria, let us know. More Maria, more Tyler, just let us know. Minus 414 for the small account. Thank you, Mario. There you go. Mario went to a private school, I'm guessing, says he was able to do that in his head. Let's see who else is out there. Somebody give me the number here in this account. I'm going to say it's in the 18,000, 17,800, something like that we lost today. Not the end of the world. You know, look, you take a look at this. This was, 30, 40,000 the other day, and so now we're down just a little bit more. Oh, here comes the Spectrum guy. He's finally got his guts to come in here. He's going to fix it for us, so we're going to have a nice feed starting tomorrow. They promised me. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. So, again, when we get this down tick for tomorrow, we're going to find out. There it is, 17,793. Thank you, Mario. Look at that. That education paid off, huh? I'm telling you. I got a liberal arts education, which means I don't know anything. That's what that means. I got a law degree, but they never taught us how to practice law, really. They just taught us about how to be a jerk. But that's fine. All right, that's neither here nor there. So, okay, we will have a special guest tomorrow, and I believe that tomorrow is Thursday, so not Maria. Maybe Maria will come on tomorrow as well. All right, thank you very much. I want you guys to have a great trading day. Tyler showed me how to turn this thing off.
Trading day's over.
Trading day is over, I hear from the
futures.
How'd you do today?
Big down.
Big down? And what?
Roll. And I got a lot of crazy Ivans, though. Hopefully those will pay.
Did you see my crazy Ivans made money? Did you watch the show or no?
I did.
You did?
I did.
I saw you writing some snarky thing about All right, that's all for today. That's all from the Peanut Gallery. Maria, will you come on tomorrow and show us what you did today?
Probably will.
You probably will? Oh, look at us.
I say hello to everybody.
Yes, you do. All right, very good. Thank you very much, and you guys all have a great day. Tyler? Oh, I don't know if we can get Tyler to come on. Tyler's holding out. He's holding out. I don't know if...
So the internet's working.
He wants to make sure it works, and he's not convinced that it will. He's not convinced that it will. All right, I got to end this thing. It's 16:03. They're going to charge me extra if I go over. So thank you very much. You have a great trading day.
He wants to look for the other modem. He doesn't know where it is.
It's right in there.
Two of them?
Yes. I'm sure he found it already. It's right there. Oh, the other modem's up in the office.
Oh, okay.
All right. So just a second.